stop taps, some of them don't. How come we can pass a certificate for the toilet that doesn't have one, but we need to fail the geyser that does? The hot water installation complies.
Because it can burn someone.
Not because of the burning, just because of the wording, the hot water installation. Okay, so the wording tells us we don't have to worry about all parts of compliance. The City of Cape Town doesn't have jurisdiction over everything on the property. Basically, we're doing this inspection for the city's water inspectorate. If they couldn't come onto your property and say, you have to fix this, if they don't have the jurisdiction to do that, then we don't have the jurisdiction to call for it, or the authority to call for it as a fault. So, for example, if there's a tap that doesn't work, it doesn't open, it doesn't close, but it's not wasting water, the city can't come and force you to replace that tap. So we can't force the seller to replace that tap. You understand? So we're just doing the work that a city's water inspector would have done in years gone by. Okay. But let's have a look at this geyser story. It says it complies with two standards, 10252, 10254. So 10252 is all plumbing regulations, sewage, drainage, everything. So that would relate to the pipe work around the geyser. And then 10254 is specifically for the geyser itself. It has to comply with both of them. Let's have a look at a couple of horror stories. These are worse than what you've seen before, Stephen. Okay. Well-known compliance company, and I'm sure they're going to see this video at some point and let them stew while they read it or watch it. So this is a geyser on the left. You can't really see it clearly. You can see the edge of the drip tray there with a white pipe coming out. And it's connected to a tundish. This is called a tundish. It's a bit small, this tundish, but you'll see, if we just have a look here, there's the white PRV pipe coming from the pressure reducing valve. There's supposed to be a bit of an air gap so you can see the water dripping. What you want to see is that, is this valve running all the time? Is it wasting water? That's the point of the overflows being visible on a geyser. In a house, it's easy. They come out under the eaves. But here, in a flat, you've got to make a visible place. You can't just put it straight into the sewer, and nobody knows if that valve is wasting 1,000 liters of water a day. Nobody can tell. So it's supposed to be visible. But then this other pipe, is this copper one coming down, is the TP discharge. Now, TP stands for temperature and pressure safety valve. Okay? Anyone ever cooked with a pressure cooker, Denise? Come on. But a pressure cooker, you've got that little valve on top, and when it opens, mayhem, my wife hates it, she runs away, it can be hectic. That's what the TP valve lets out if the geyser's element or thermostat is shot, and it's just boiling inside. Now it's got to release that steam. It's the most dangerous part of a geyser. So that would normally be discharged in the same tundish. Now, there is a valid point here. That plastic can melt from the heat of that discharge. Okay? But you don't have another real alternative to this in a building, and the city's introduced this bylaw, so we must make it work with the materials that are available. So we use a higher standard of plastic, higher melting point, etc. But that TP pipe should have gone into the same tundish, and the tundish should have been a bit bigger. But out of concern for melting the plastic, the compliance company did this. Into the basin of the bathroom. They still left their little scruffy there, you can see on top. All right, first of all, it's unsightly. A little bit. That's the bathroom basin there, glass basin. Okay. Can you imagine, you can see, if you look carefully in the reflection of the mirror, you can see the toilet seat there on the other side, right? At the top. Can you imagine having a nice morning break, and that valve discharges 200-degree water, forcing it out right over the whole bathroom? Or you're brushing your teeth, and it discharges. It's so dangerous, okay? So this company went back and then argued with the City of Cape Town that this was better than putting it in the tundish, because the tundish could melt. But the waste pipe from under that zinc goes straight back into the cupboard and goes into the same plastic pipe. Okay, so problem. Okay. I'm going to forget later, so I'm going to tell you another horror story quickly.